Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Natalie Hughes. I am a life mindset and manifestation coach in my business, and on my platform, I support professional women as they co-create emotionally fulfilled and purpose-driven lives for themselves. In today's video, we are achieving that purpose by doing some readings on what makes you wifey. What is it that your future husband sees about you, sees within you, and is like, oh, I'm marrying the fudge out of that lady. It might be a little bit too early in the video for me to start cussing. And this needs to be monetized. We know that. Okay, you guys. So there are 3 pictures on the screen in front of you. Pick the one that stands out to you the most. Pick the ring that stands out to you the most, and I will see you in your reading. The timestamps are already in the description box. Excuse me. All right, let's get into it. Pile number 1. You're just classy. Immediately. You're just classy. Okay? And I really want to say, like, you're just a classy bitch, which is like very funny, very like an oxymoron, you know? A classy bitch, but I feel like that perfectly describes you. And I'm not going to say that your future husband would describe you in that way, but I feel like that describes you, okay? And we're going to get even further into it. Before we do, let me do my intro. In today's reading, we are tapping into what makes you wifey. What are the characteristics within you that makes your future husband say, stop, I have to marry the fuck out of that lady, okay? As we are tapping into the energy, which we really already are tapped in, I'm going to remind you that you can access my library of mindset and manifestation resources all for free by using the link in the description box. My clients manifest jobs, money, boyfriends, you name it, they fucking manifested. So if you would like to get some of the goodness that I have available all for free, you can do so using the link in the description box. Now, let's get into your reading. Like I was saying, pile number 1, you are a classy bitch. And the song that starts playing in my head as I tap into this energy is the song Sexy Bitch by Akon, which I love that song. And I also like side-eye the hell out of that song because I love the song. If you don't know the song, the lyrics are just like, he's just like, yes, I can see you, because every girl in here wants to be you. He says, oh, she's a diva. Okay, no, hold on. I have to sing song, okay? He says, yes, I can see ya, because every girl in here wants to be ya. He says, oh, she's a diva. He says, I feel the same, and I want to meet her. They say she's low down. It's just a rumor, and I don't believe them. They say she needs to slow down. The baddest thing around town. She's nothing like the girl you've ever seen before. Nothing you can compare to your neighborhood, WHORE. I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. Okay, so basically, the lyrics are like cute and like romantic and like adorable. And he's like, I'm trying to find the words to describe you. And then the best words that he can come up with is, that's a sexy bitch. Like, Buki, that's not very creative. I feel like you were not working as hard as you claimed that you were. Because really, the best you could come up with is that I'm a sexy bitch. But anyway, that's a conversation for another time. The point is, pile number 1 is that that's what you are. What makes you wifey is that every girl wants to be you. You are an inspiration and you are a diva. I need you to comment down below. I'm a diva. Okay? Comment down below, I'm a diva, so that I know that you're coming from pile number 1. And I know that you're claiming this already because you know, you're like, ooh, bitch, this resonates with me. I am a classy bitch and I am a diva. What makes you wifey, what makes this man, I feel like your husband's so attracted to you and really deeply wanting to connect with you and marry you and want to spend the rest of his life with you. One of those things is that you're a really classy bitch. And you are the kind of woman that other women want to be. You inspire women. And it can be in a very empowering way. You know, there's an example a couple years ago. One of my best friends from high school had a graduating party when she graduated from college. And at the time, I had my glasses, and they were sunglasses. They were these beautiful Jimmy Choo glasses. I've been wearing them the past week because I had to get no glasses. None of the, besides the point, focus, focus, focus. We must stay focused, my brothers. We must stay focused. So anyway, I'm at the party and I have these Jimmy Choo shades on, and I don't have, it's a nighttime party. It's not a daytime party. It's the nighttime. And I have these shades on, but I don't have the shades on because I'm a diva. I have the shades on because they're the only fucking glasses that I have. And if it was me today, then I would just have had the shades on because I'm a fucking diva, period. But that's not the point. The point is that I was the only person with shades on. Of course I am, because it's fucking late at night. And there was another woman there, and she was like my high school best friend's roommate, friend, whatever. And, you know, at the beginning of the night, she did not have on shades. And then at the end of the night, there were two women wearing shades at the party. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a wrong thing. But you know, I am a source of inspiration, and that's okay. I love being a source of inspiration. That's a part of my purpose. Pal number one, you relate to this. You understand this. You have that experience. People want to be you. It's a little bit giving Regina George from Mean Girls, not the entire personality, but a very specific scene, right? You know the scene that I'm talking about, when they're trying to like sabotage her, and so they like go into like the locker room and they take this like white tee wife beater that she has, and they cut holes in it so that her bra will show, and then she puts it on, and then she sees, and she doesn't freak out. She's just like, oh well, and then she just like wears it out, and then the next day all of the girls are wearing that. And then it's like, one time I saw Regina George wearing camo shirts and flip-flops, so I bought camo shorts and flip-flops. Like, that's the kind of energy and that's the kind of vibe that you have. Your future husband is like, I see you, because every girl in here wants to be you. The energy shifts when you walk into a room. You inspire women. You inspire women to be like you, and he loves this about you, and that's one thing that makes you wifey. Okay, we have cards. That was just some fabulously channeled stuff that was coming through. We have cards. Let's get into it. Okay, we're using some of my cards, which I fucking love. I forgot that I have these cards. Okay, focus. We must stay focused. Okay, we got Aquarius. Aquarius. It says, genius to experiment with, the discoverers of, resulting from the eccentricity of. It's your vision. It's what's new and different about. It's use an unconventional way, and, right? And these are just phrases that you're supposed to put with other portions of the card. It doesn't matter. Aquarius is the different one. Aquarius is the one that stands out. Specifically, Aquarius is the forward thinker. Aquarius as a sign is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is not really a fast moving planet, but Uranus is wonky and Uranus is brilliant. Uranus is ahead of its time. Aquarius is brilliant. Aquarius is different. Okay, it's giving I'm different by 2 Chainz. Aquarius is ahead of its time, and that's what makes you wifey. You stand the fuck out, pal number one, because you are ahead of your time. You come up with ideas. You do brilliant shit, okay? Shit that sounds crazy and far-fetched, and then you do it. Now, I'm not Kanye West's biggest fan in the world, okay? I had to put that before I gave this example, but it's coming through, so I'm going to share it. There was you know those like videos that like leaked or some shit like that, where Kanye West was on the phone and he was talking with Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian was recording, and then like turned into this whole thing, right? In that conversation, Kanye is talking with Taylor, I think, and Kanye is saying, you know, I got this plan to do this in my business, and I really want to make it a $1 billion business, and I'm gonna do d, right? And then, long story short, somebody in the comment section of the YouTube video clip that I watched was like, what's really crazy is that Ye actually did all of the shit that he was talking in this video 10, 12 fucking years ago. He actually did build that business, and it did become a $1 billion, blah, blah, blah. And his vision did come true. And so had you been watching that tape 10 years ago, 12 years ago, Had you been in the room at that time when it was just an idea, when it was just a vision, when it was just, you know, we just in the fucking basement with it. We're just starting out in the garage. We don't have tangible results. You would have been like, yeah, sure, you're going to have $1 billion business. Like, you know, and maybe you wouldn't have responded to Kanye West in that way. But overall and in general, a lot of us who are forward thinkers, a lot of us who are ahead of our time have experiences where we're really misunderstood. A lot of Aquariuses feel that way. A feeling of being misunderstood, a feeling of not belonging, a feeling of not fitting in because they're not supposed to fit in. They're not supposed to be followed. They're leaders. They're ahead of the curve. Of course you don't fit in when you're above everybody else. Like, fuck it. Can we call a spade a spade? Aquarius has Leo on the descendant on the 7th house. Leo and Aquarius are sister signs. Sister signs are just two sides of the same coin. And so what that means is the way that Leo stands out and the entire solar system revolves around the sun, which rules over the sign of Leo. Aquarius also stands out. Uranus stands out among the planets in our solar system because it rotates fucking wonkily. You know what I mean? So these are two energies of people that are always going to stand out. And one of the reasons why Aquarius stands out is because she is ahead of the curve. And I'm saying she because I am reading and serving women through my business, right? So, okay. So you've got this energy that stands out. You are absolutely brilliant. That's what I'm hearing. Brilliant. That's what makes you wifey. That's what makes this guy think, oh, I'm marrying the fuck out of you because you have a vision. And whether, because you're going to be at different points of your life, right? As you're watching this, as you're meeting him, as you're falling in love and like getting married and blah, blah, blah. So put yourself on the timeline where it fits, but you're somebody with a vision. You're somebody with a dream. You're somebody with a goal, Martin Luther King type shit. You do have a dream for the future. You do have a dream that looks far-fetched. You do have a dream that looks crazy. You do have a dream that people would look at, and people who don't believe in themselves, people who don't live in their zone of genius, people who are only willing to follow the beaten path, they would look at you and they would look at your dream and they'd be like, boo, that's not going to happen for you. You can't do that. You're too naive. You're, you know, not grounded. Now we're getting into like Pisces energy, but it doesn't matter. The point is, people just didn't get it. People just don't understand it. Either they didn't get it or they don't understand it. And then you go on this journey where, oh, look at that. It came true. Another Kanye West, and I don't know why this shit is coming through. I'm telling y'all, I do not sit in my room thinking about Kanye West and his success and his life story. This is just what I'm channeling, y'all. Okay, you have to comment down below if this shit is really relevant for you, because why are these examples coming through? It doesn't matter. Let's focus. So he's doing like a speech or something, and he says something along the lines of like, a lot of people wanted to know what would have happened if I never made it and I failed. And then he says, but I guess we'll never know. That's the energy. That's the vibe. Okay. And you know, I'm quoting it to the best of my abilities. I don't sit around and watch it all fucking day, but that's the gist, the energy and the vibe of you. I feel this energy of success. Okay. So if you're not at that energy of success, you know that you're moving towards that energy of success. You know that you're moving towards that next level, wealth, next level recognition, next level reward. Aquarius energy is a forward thinking energy. It's a social justice warrior energy. So whatever it is that you're doing, you're powerfully serving the world. You're powerfully serving communities that have fallen through the cracks. You want to learn more about Uranus? Go watch the astrology video that I've done on it. Let me refocus. The point is that you've got this dream and it fucking manifests. It fucking comes true. You do the damn thing. And so you walk around with this energy of like, I'm really that bitch though. Like, you really can't tell me anything. You really can't tell pound number one a damn thing, because pound number one is really that bitch. Pound number one is the type of woman that makes the impossible possible. Pound number one is the type of woman that makes the impossible possible. One more time, because I feel like Dr. Umar in this Chili's tonight. Pile number one is the kind of woman that makes the impossible possible. And that's what makes you wifey. The shit that looks like it could have never possibly fucking happened. Pile number one is like, oh yeah, I did overcome that. And it might not have been the easiest thing. It could have been easy. Hey, we are all for letting shit be easy over here. But the point is that you were ahead of your time. You are ahead of your time. And so your future husband sees this and he loves this and he's like, oh my God, I need it all. I need it all. I need to marry her by tomorrow. I need a wedding ring on her finger by tomorrow because she is unlike anything that I have ever experienced in my life. She is unlike. Exactly. He doesn't have the words. The man was too stunned to speak. He does not have the words to describe how brilliant you are, how creative you are, the vision that you have for humanity, the dream that you have for the future. He's never met any woman in his life, girl, who has your ambition, who has your passion, who has such a deep connection to who she is on a soul level, such a deep connection to her purpose ever in his life. He's like, oh, absolutely. I need her on my team. I, t- I need to be with her. I need to support her in making this dream come true. I need to, I need her support, her ideas, her creativity, her vision, her support in my own dreams. This is a man who knows a good woman when he sees it, okay? And now they're singing that song by Alicia Keys, A Woman's Worth. She says, because a real man knows a real woman when he sees her. There's an energy and a vibe here of immediately he sees you. He's like, immediately, yes. Immediately, this is a woman who adds value into my life. He's not having a conversation about what do you bring to the table, because he has eyes to see and ears to hear. The proof is in the pudding. We don't need to discuss it. It's old news. Pile number 1 is that bitch. What's next? Next question. And so he's seeing this and he's perceiving this and he's like, oh, immediately, yes, need that. Pile number 1, your future husband sees you. He's like, hashtag, need that immediately without delay. Okay. That's the energy and that's the vibe. Like, for real. And pile number 1, that is all that I have for you today. But before you go, I have to let you know that I have an exclusive 18 plus reading that is now available for you to listen to download, to relish in. It's really good, okay? It's no filter. It is the most openly explicit 18 plus reading that I've ever done in my life. I'm saying the P word, I'm saying the C word, no filter. Okay, no freaking filter. Okay, and the topic is, how will your future husband make love to you? Okay, it's only $10. That's $3.33 per freaking reading. Absolutely worth it, especially because I know you're going to listen to the whole thing, so you might as well go click the link in the bio, get access to it right now. Don't delay. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, pile number 2. You are sexy immediately. That's immediately what I get because the picture that you chose and, you know, the tongue sticking out of the mouth. It's so freaking good. Oh my God, I'm getting a million things. Pause it. We got to do our intro. Welcome in. We're doing a reading today on what makes you wifey. Your future husband, he looks at you. He's like, I got to marry the fuck out of that lady by tomorrow. What is it within you, about you, that compels him to respond to you in that way? Okay. All right, pile number 2. I feel like you have this mix. I feel like you have this mix of bougie and adventurous. And now I'm hearing that song Bad and Bougie by the Migos. So you might want to go and listen to that. That's the energy. That's the vibe. You are bad and bougie. Okay, what makes you wifey to your future husband is you carry this energy of a high value woman, which I love. Do you listen to my podcast, girl? Because this is the shit that I be talking about. You are in this energy. When you meet your future husband, you are in this energy of, there's certain things that I'm too good for. There's certain experiences that I'm too good for. There are certain ways that I am too good to be treated. And it's not a conversation that you have, because see, when you have really embodied something, you don't have to have a conversation about it. People know when they're interacting with you. People know when they are connecting with you. It's like they can read it and pick up on it on a subconscious level. When you really have a standard in your life, when you really are the kind of woman who's not going to settle for less, when you embody that energy, it is something that absolutely stands out about you, because there's a lot of people who don't have that. There's a lot of people who don't say that. There's a lot of people who say one thing but experience something completely freaking different. There's a lot of people who talk about what they're too good for. You know, you see the memes online. I told my friends that I was done with him, but now I'm at his house. I have to text the group chat and tell them that I went and saw the guy that I said I wasn't going to see again, right? There's a lot of people who are in that cycle, in that lived experience, where they say that they're one thing, but their behavior does not match who they claim that they are. But pile number two, you are in this energy, whether it's not now, it will be when you meet your future husband. You're in this energy where you know that there's shit that you're too good for. You're not doing that. You're not staying at a place like that. You're not really eating at a restaurant like that. You're not allowing yourself to be treated that way. You're not going to, oh my God, oh my God, I hit my mouse. Is everything okay? Yes. You're not going to entertain a conversation where somebody is speaking to you in this way. You're not going to wear any quality of clothing. You're not going to live any kind of fucking way, okay? And I'm hearing that song by Drake, who I'm not the biggest fan of, but the song is coming through. It's the song Fancy. Nails done, hair done, everything did. None of nails done, hair done, everything did. Oh, you fancy, huh? It's this energy and vibe of being very high class and very high quality. And that is what makes you wifey. You look beautiful and you treat yourself beautifully, and you expect good things in your life, not in a way where it doesn't feel like you are expecting a man to provide for you. There's something wrong with that if that was your desire, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like you're just a woman who experiences the finer things in life. You're the woman who seeks out the finer things in life. You're a woman who expects the finer fucking things in life. And that's just that on that. And if you want to be my man and you want to be my guy, then you need to get with it or get lost. That's the energy and that's the vibe. And it really attracts your... Hold on, I dropped my card. It really attracts your future spouse to you. And girls, shut the hell up, because we have Capricorn. Of course we do. Of course we do. You're a hard worker. They're singing the song, I think it's by the Pussycat Dolls, which is I Don't Need a Man, which I don't... It's not all of the lyrics in the song, but that's kind of like the zhuzh, the gist of it all. You take care of yourself. You provide for yourself. There is a certain lifestyle, there is a certain experience that you have become accustomed to, or maybe you were born accustomed to it, right? But you have created this for yourself. You have established this for yourself. You take care of you. And it's kind of like, if you're going to be my guy and you're going to be in my world, then you need to be where I'm at, or you need to be higher. And that's just that on that. And we're not having conversations about anything else, because I have my own shit to focus on. I have my own shit to elevate. So you're going to come into my life and you're going to elevate me. Your future husband is either in this energy, or you really inspire him to get into this energy of like, how can I serve this woman? How can I like show this woman that I'm worthy of her? How can I demonstrate to her? Your future husband is in this energy and vibe of, I need to take her to a really nice restaurant. Whether it's because he's this way as a person, or because he really likes you, or he's ready for marriage, we could talk about the why all day, but he's in this energy of, I need to take her to the best of the best places. It wouldn't even cross his mind to take you to a shitty restaurant. It wouldn't even cross his mind to take you to a negative experience. Like, oh my God, I hate that I'm giving this example, but it's real and it's coming through, so I'm going to give it. I have also made mistakes in love. I'm not judging anybody for their choices and decisions, but this is the example that I have. So years ago, I was having a conversation with an old friend of mine, and she was talking about this date that she went on with this guy. And she was in her early 20s, and he's like in his late 20s, maybe early 30s. And she is like, yes, like he is a grown man. He has his own apartment, which is like, like that's great. And the way that they ended up going out on the date was because he asked her if she could teach him Spanish, and they met up at a Panera, and it was a date, but it wasn't a date. He didn't actually ask her on a date, but she's saying that he's a grown man, and everybody gets to be their own people and choose their own choices, and I have certainly settled for many, many years up until today. So there's no judgment, but that's just the example of what you're not. And I'm going to get to kind of like the flip side of this in a second, but there's really a lot of emphasis here on the fact that pound number two is not a $2 hoe. Okay? No, you're not going to take me to fucking Panera Bread. And if you want to date me, then you're going to court me. If you want to date me, you're going to come up to me and you're going to express your intentions to me, okay? Like Gilmore Girls, okay? When Luke and Lorelai started dating for like the first time, and Luke was reading this book about how to be emotionally available and open in relationships, and then he started courting Lorelai. He asked her out to the wedding, and then at the end of the date he said, I'd like to do this again sometime. And he made it very clear his intentions from the beginning. He was very intentional when he decided to date her and pursue her seriously for a relationship, for love. He was very intentional, and you give off the energy and the impression of a woman that you need to be intentional with. You need to be intentional with the way that you communicate to pal number two. You need to be intentional with the restaurants that you take her. You need to be intentional with the way that you treat her. Okay, this is the kind of man who brings you flowers. It's like a little bit because that's who he is, but really because that's what you attract. That's what you call forth. You seem like the kind of woman who you pull out all of the stops for. Yes, I'm bringing you flowers. Yes, I'm bringing you jewelry. Yes, I'm bringing you this. Yes, I'm bringing you that. I need to court you. I need to communicate to you that I am a man of fine breeding, and I am ready, and I am eligible, and I can be a husband, and I can be a support, and I can be like this masculine energy. You call men forward into their masculine energy. You call your future husband into his masculine energy, even though he could already be in that, but you really call that, you really align with that powerfully. And so you have that bad and bougie energy. But then you also have this energy where if he told you, don't wear heels out tonight and dress casually because I'm going to take you to this really cool spot, and he took you to a hole in the wall restaurant, not a restaurant where it's your local rundown old ass fucking McDonald's. You walk in there and you feel like you were transported to 2003, like that's not it. That's not it. That's not the vibe. But a hole in the wall of, I don't know what you call like a mom and pop shop, like a family owned restaurant, the best fucking Chinese food in all of New York City, but you would not be able to tell by the sign out front or by the chairs or blah blah blah, but it's the best food that you're ever going to have in your life. And you're not so uptight that you would be like, oh, I'm not going in here because it doesn't look right. That's not the vibe that you're giving. You're giving a woman who genuinely and authentically has standards, but also a woman who is sentimental and open and willing to be courted. It's like your heart is open and you're willing to be shown new things. And so there's this adventurous side to you where you're willing to do adventurous shit. You're willing to do different shit. You're willing to do something that it doesn't necessarily look like you might be willing to do. So you kind of present in a certain way. There's a certain stereotype about who you are and the way that you might behave or the way that the things that you might be willing to experience, the shit that you might be into. You know, there are some women who maybe might be like, I could never go driving on a dirt road, or, you know, drive and like, you know how they do those like, freaking, they take those like, not motor, like four wheelers out, and they like drive through like the mud and shit in like New Orleans and like the fucking swamp. Girl, I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about? Like, you would be down to do that. And there are some people who are like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting in the mud. I'm not getting my nails and my hair dirty and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you don't have that. So yes, you care about your looks, and yes, you have standards for living, and yes, you do want nice things. And also, you're still having this down to earth experience where you want to experience life and you want to have fun. And it's this beautiful, like, the way that you kind of contradict yourself in such an amazing, wonderful way is what makes your future husband look at you and say, oh my God, that is my wifey. That is the one. That is the absolute one for me. Okay, let's pull another card. Oh my God, please stop falling on the floor. Okay, we have Libra. So we have Capricorn and Libra, which is all about beauty. It's all about partnership. What makes you wifey is that you are absolutely beautiful. They're saying beautiful inside and out. You are outwardly beautiful and you're inwardly beautiful, okay? You know, there are some times where I'm getting the energy where a lot of people, a collective of people, have this belief that beautiful girls are all shallow. And if you're going to get married, then you should really marry a woman who's less pretty because she's going to have a great personality. Or you know how people will say things like, you know, being ugly is what builds your character, and you have to learn how to be funny so that you can get love and connection, and people who are pretty don't have those skills because they don't have to do that. Like, you know? So there's an experience in the world where sometimes people are beautiful, but they are like soulless. They're wonderful to look at, but they don't have anything of substance underneath what looks so beautiful. But that's not you. It's like the more that your future husband gets to know you, the more that he falls in love with you, the more like caught up with you that he gets, the deeper that he gets with you, the more that he loves you, the more that he likes you, the more that he considers you to be beautiful. It's giving that song Beautiful Soul by Jesse McCartney. I don't want another pretty face. I don't want just anyone to hold. I don't want my love to go to waste. I want you and your beautiful soul. Your husband wants to marry you because anything else would be an absolute waste, a waste of his time, a waste of his love. You have this open-heartedness and this willingness to connect and this willingness to experience intimacy and this willingness to be in partnership. Libra is all about teams. Libra is all about partnerships. Libra is about business relationships. Another thing that makes your future husband consider you to be like wifey material, like the absolute fucking one, is that he could see himself doing business with you. He could see himself going into business with you. He could see himself growing his business with you, supporting you and growing your business. You have this beauty and brains. I can't believe we went through the entire freaking reading without me saying the phrase beauty and brains. That's what makes you wifey, is that you are beautiful and you are brilliant and you are a woman who recognizes and expresses and embodies her inherent value, and you are beautiful outside and you are beautiful inside. You have a beautiful personality. He loves your sense of self, loves how you take care, please mouth, loves how you take care of yourself, and loves how you're also willing to have fun and go on adventures and do silly things or crazy things or kooky things or, you know, just weird shit that your kind don't look like they would be into. You don't look like you would do that kind of thing. You don't look like you would be willing to do that kind of thing, but you are, and that is what makes him like, oh, I've got to marry the fuck out of this girl. All right, my love, that's all that I have for you in today's video. And before you go, I am so excited to announce that I am now offering my first exclusive 18 plus rating. I said that I wasn't going to do these, but I am. In this exclusive pick a card video, I'll be telling you all about how your future husband will make love to you. This is my most explicit reading yet. I'm saying all of the P words and the C words. So I hope that I get to channel for you over there. You can click that link in the bio to get instant access to this reading. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe on your way out. I love ya. Okay, pile number 3, welcome in. We are tapping into your reading. I talked for 5 minutes, but my microphone was muted for some reason, so I'm kind of already in your vibe. But as I take a couple deep breaths and tap back into the vibe, I've got to remind you that you can gain access to a library full of mindset and manifestation resources, all for free by using the links in the description box. My customers and clients manifest new cars and homes and their dream freaking partners. So if I was you, I would click that link in that bio and get access to the free resource library. Now, with that being said, let's hop into your reading. So immediately, what I was talking about, we have the South Node here and the 11th house, is that your soulmate feels a kindred spirit with you. Immediately, he feels a comfort with you. What makes you wifey to him, what makes him absolutely sure that he wants to marry you, is that he feels so comfortable with you. It's that he feels like he knows you. You know how when you meet someone for the first time and you are kind of holding back your personality, you're kind of like, okay, I don't want to, I don't want to say something that offends them, so I'm trying to be mindful with the way that I speak because I'm trying to be respectful and I'm trying to be kind, and I want people to understand me and blah blah blah. It's like you guys don't have that experience. You don't have that experience where you guys feel like strangers, because it's like you guys were never strangers. With the energy of the South Node can talk about our past lives. Your future husband feels like you are home to him, okay? There's a song, the title of it is Home. I don't remember who it's by, but the lyrics are like, home is wherever I'm with you. This person feels like you are their home. They could, because they feel so comfortable being with you, they could see themselves building with you. The energy of a home, the energy of, them living by themselves is kind of not where they want to be. It's not the experience that they want to have in their lives. They don't like being a bachelor. They don't like being single. Of course, they can have their own sense of self, and it doesn't mean that they're going to be codependent, but they don't feel, it's fine coming home to a nice apartment or a nice house or a nice condo, nice townhome at the end of each day, but it's, empty. It's only me here. And when I'm cooking dinner, I'm cooking dinner for one person, and I gotta eat the leftovers for the next 5 days, or I gotta start making smaller portions. You know what I mean? It's they're singing that song, one is the loneliest number. Okay? That's the energy that your husband is in before the two of you meet. Like, he's over being single, he's over being done, and I'm getting the big energy of home, okay? So he could have a lot of Cancer energy, Cancer placements, although of course he doesn't have to have that like fourth house energy. You guys could have a lot of fourth house synastry or Cancer stuff going on. Long story short, it feels like his home is empty. It feels like his home is hollow. Like, you guys know when I used to explain this when I was in college, when I was just in college, you would go to your friends' homes, like people who lived off campus, and their homes always felt empty because it's a whole bunch of, this couch that we found on the side of the street, and then she brought her dresser, and then Michael brought his lamp, and then, and we just put it all together, and it's like, like you got the shit that you need for a house, but it doesn't feel like a home. It just felt empty, like people living together, but it didn't feel like a home. And so that's the energy and vibe where your husband is when you guys meet, where it's just kind of like, like, I got nice things and I'm happy in my life and I could feel very fulfilled and I could feel very successful in so many things, but I don't like going home to an empty house. I don't like being by myself. I don't like being alone. And so when you come into his world and you bring that sense of familiarity with you, you come into his world and you bring that sense of comfort with you. You come into his world and he feels relaxed around you, and he feels like you get him, and he feels like he gets you, and he feels like everything is smooth and everything is flowing and everything is just like so easeful with you. That feeling of home just makes him feel like this is what I was missing. This is what I was looking for. It feels like there was a gap, okay? And you come in and you're like this missing piece to the puzzle that when you clink it into piece, it's like, oh, this feeling of being whole and complete. And yeah, we're all whole and complete on our own. Other people don't complete us. We know that. And also, we're humans. We're part of an interdependent species. We need community in order to survive and especially in order to be fulfilled. And so it's okay to say that we need people. It's okay to say that we need love. It's like that song by Ari Lennox, New Apartment. And she's singing about, I just got my new apartment. I'm going to leave the floor wet. I'm going to walk around this bitch naked and nobody can tell me shit. She's celebrating. She's got her new apartment. And then towards the end of the song, she's like, it sucks being alone. I need people. I hate being by myself, right? That's the energy and that's the vibe. Go listen to that song to get, kind of like his energy in a way. So he meets you and he connects with you and he feels at home with you. He feels at home in your energy. And it's just like, this is what I want it to feel like. This is what I want my house to feel like. When you come over to visit him, the energy of the space feels different. It feels colder when you're not there. So this is a guy who wants you to spend the night. This is a guy who wants you to move in. This is a guy who he's gonna give you a fucking drawer. He's gonna give you your own sink. He's gonna make space for you. He's like, I already have the space. It feels empty without you. I already have the space. I've been waiting for you at the door. Like, he is so eager to be in this relationship and to be in this connection with you because you feel like home. You feel like what was missing. You feel like what he was looking for. And he has a specific desire around how he wants to feel with his family when he has children, okay? This is a family oriented man. And with that South Node energy and you reminding him of home, he wants a specific experience for his children. So this is a man who would have liked his childhood, would have enjoyed a lot of things about his childhood. He likes his siblings, he likes his mother. He could definitely have like cancer energy. This is a man who likes home. This is a man who likes his childhood home. And so as he is creating his love life, as he is creating his romantic life, as he is creating his future, that's what he's thinking about. That's what he's focusing on. I want to feel the way that I felt when I was in my home. I want that feeling of home. And as you get older, even being with your parents doesn't necessarily feel the same way that it felt. It's like, I don't want to go back to when I was 5 years old. I want to create my own home. That's the stage that he's in. I want to create my own home. I want to create my own home with my wife. I want to create my own home with this woman who I love. And that's the energy. That's the vibe. So you come in and he is so comfortable with you and you guys feel like friends, okay? Lovers and friends. You guys feel like best friends. You guys instantly connect. You guys instantly click. You guys just get each other. You just understand each other. And he's like, this is what I want my home to feel like. This is what I want my children. This is how I want my children to grow up. This is what I want my children to experience in a mother, in a home life, a home environment, because the two of you come together and it feels cozy. I'm hearing that song Let It Snow, right? Giving us Christmas vibes. Okay, wintry vibes. Okay, pulling some more cards here. We have the first house and we have Leo. which the first house is our personality, it's our rising sign, it's the way that we present ourselves in the world. And then we have Leo, which is ruled by the sun. Leo is all about creativity, Leo is all about creative expression of self, Leo is all about standing out. So you guys could definitely be Leo risings. You could be Aquarius risings. Oh my goodness. You could also have the South Node in the first house or the 11th house or the fifth house, but none of that really matters. Getting into this energy with that Leo card, you light up this person's sun. Okay, so in astrology, you guys could have a lot of like synastry that connects with your sun, like moon conjunct sun or different things like that. But it's not even about that. It's about the way that you trigger this man, not in a negative way, but in a positive way. You bring him those happy feelings. You bring him that lightheartedness, that adventure, that excitement. Like the feeling when you were a little kid and it was the day of a field trip and you just woke up and it just seemed like the air was fresher and the grass was greener and everything was just so exciting and you were just so thrilled because where are you going to go and what are you going to see, and it's just different and you're ready to explore the world. It's like that kind of energy, that kind of vibe that you bring up within this person. You bring this person's inner child forward and they feel so safe to express themselves. They feel safe to talk about their dreams and their desires and their goals with you. They feel safe to share their most inner their most like sacred inner world with you. And we don't have Cancer here, but I'm getting a very strong Cancerian fourth house energy and vibe where Cancers are pretty private people. Cancers can be, closed off. They've got that protective shell around them. So when you're connecting with a Cancer and you're becoming more close with a Cancer and they let you in emotionally and they communicate to you what's alive within them, it's a very big deal. And I feel like this person is going to be so open with you and things are going to progress quickly in this relationship, because what's our South Node? The South Node is the energy that comes the most naturally to us. It's our past. It can talk about our past lives, and the South Node is opposite our North Node. Our North Node is our destiny. Our North Node is what we are choosing to progress into, move into in order to feel fulfilled, right? It's our purpose in this lifetime. So the energy of the South Node, what's normal to us, what's comfortable to us, is what we use to propel us forward into our North Node. And so you feeling like home to this person, you feeling so safe and secure with this person, that feeling of home is what they are using to propel themselves into their destiny. And it's not necessarily happening consciously, but that's the energy that's happening. That's what's moving them. You and how you trigger them in such a positive way, they know that being with you and connecting with you is going to propel them forward into their destiny, whatever that looks like, is going to up level them, is going to support them. And that is what makes you wifey with the first house. This is, oh my God, girl, shut up. I pull the freaking cards. I pull the deck up and I look at the bottom of it and Cancer is at the bottom. Okay, exactly. I fucking knew it. I know my energy. Okay, I know Cancer when I feel it. So anyway, that's definitely the energy, definitely the vibe. You guys could be Cancer risings, Leo risings, Aquarius risings. Of course, you don't have to be. You could also have those energies strong in your chart. First house, fifth house, 11th house. Anyway, so we have this first house energy, which is our personality. So this person loves your personality. Oh, and something I forgot to say earlier was that this is not someone like you're going to become abnormally close to this person abnormally quickly. Like we said with that Cancer energy, And even that Leo energy, Leo is the star. Leo is the person who is famous. Leo is Beyonce, right? So when you think of Leo and you think of a star, stars are far away from us. Stars are not something that we experience in our everyday life. Stars are people that we put up on a pedestal. So there's not really anything that's supposed to be relatable about a star. And so this person is having this kind of star quality, regardless of, you know, who they are, what they do. There's an energy about this person where typically they're a bit distant, they're a bit closed off, whether it's from that Leo energy or that Cancer energy. They're more to themselves, they're more reserved, they're more closed off. Kendrick Lamar just dropped a new album, and in that album at some point he's talking about being antisocial since he was a kid and not, wanting to connect with a lot of people, and he doesn't fuck with all these people, and that's Cancer energy. Kendrick Lamar has a lot of Cancer energy in his chart. It's also Pisces energy, but that's not, we don't need to talk about that. Keep going. The point is that with this energy and with this vibe, this is somebody who has a lot of associates, 11th house energy, but doesn't necessarily have a lot of close friends. He has a lot of associates. A lot of people know him. A lot of people like him, right? Leo is very personable. They are loved. They are adored. He is respected. He is well known. But everybody doesn't know him personally. He doesn't really get close to people like that, right? It's that viral meme of that person who's like, you could back up a little bit, right? That's this person's energy. They're very nice and they're very kind, but they also have an energy about them that's like, all right, you can back up a little bit. I don't really want to be too close with you, right? So that's the energy and that's the vibe that they have. But you're not going to get that from them. You're not going to experience that from them. You're not going to get that kind of like distant energy, a little bit of a cold shoulder when you guys first meet each other. This person is not going to be closed off to you at all. It's like they're immediately open. It's like you're immediately moving into their fourth house. You guys can have a lot of fourth house synastry. Like I'm saying, you have your sun in their fourth house. There's an immediate connection. There's an immediate feeling of safety and security and home and familiarity between the two of you. And that is what makes you wifey to them. Oh my goodness. And that is all that I have for you. But before you go, I am so excited to announce that I am now offering my first exclusive 18 plus reading. In this explicit pick a card, I'm telling you all about how your future husband will make love to you. This is my most explicit reading yet. I'm saying all of the P words and the C words. So I hope you head over there so that I can channel for you in that reading. You can click the first link in the bio to get instant access to the video. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe on your way out. I love you, and I'll talk to you in the next reading.